ciao e benvenuto. Hello and welcome inside the Milano Santa Giulia Arena. Up next in the para ice hockey tournament, the game to decide 5th place. It's the host nation Italy against fellow Europeans, Germany. Italy has a chance to finish this tournament with a winning record already at 2 wins and 2 losses. Their latest win, their most impressive win yet. It was a 5-0 victory for the host side over Japan. That earned them a spot in this 5th place game. They were led by Nico Landeros, who recorded a hat trick, including the rarest of rare, flip the puck on your stick and throw it in the net goals. We call it the Michigan. Germany, meanwhile, seems to have evolved this week, starting off playing a passive, protect the house game, but evolving into a team that can attack and can counterattack, and they did against Slovakia, led by the heroics of number 97, Felix Schrader, who scored 3 times in regulation and the dramatic game winner in overtime to send Germany into this game. And for Germany, their first win on the 20th anniversary of their last win of the Paralympic Winter Games in Torino in 2006. Second meeting between these teams on this ice surface. Italy came from behind to eke out a 2-1 win a few days ago in their final group stage game. The Italians not particularly pleased with the way they played in that one, and they have a chance to make it right today. The referee in today's game is Matthew Fergenbaum from Canada, Tibor Fazekas from Serbia, and Maurice Hermansen Oswald from Norway will be the linespersons. The captains are Gianluigi Rosa for Team Italy and Lotte Breleg for Team Germany. First line will be where much of the scoring should come from for Italy. De Pauli, Larca, and Rosa. Landeros on defense, number 15, is really the one to watch. 5 goals in the tournament, including the hat trick in the last game for Team Italy. And they will go with the veteran Santino Stiletano in net. And there is the head coach, Mirko Bianchi. His team at 2 wins and 2 losses so far in the tournament. Coach said, we're growing as a team step by step, playing the right way with patience. And he really liked the teamwork that his team has shown. Hockey fans, young and old, gathered at the Milano Santa Giulia Arena. Germany's lineup. The centerman on the second line was the hero, Felix Schrader, who had 4 goals in their last game. The team has only scored 5 in the tournament, and he's got 80% of the offense. What a show for Felix Schrader. And they have decided to go in net with Simon Kunst. That is the choice of head coach Peter Willman, who has divided his goaltending time equally amongst his 2 goaltenders. He said he's always proud to work with this team. Willman saying they've got character and they fight until the end. Robert Pabst is his assistant coach. Simon Kunst playing in his 3rd game of the tournament. He has stopped just about 77% of the shots that he has faced, looking for his first win. And on the other side of the ice, Santino Stiletano, there he is. He is appearing in his 4th game of the tournament. He has stopped over 80% of the shots he has faced. Here we go, 5th place game is underway. Team Germany in white, Team Italy in blue. And the Italians head back in their own zone. Enderle paired up with Landeros throughout the tournament on the blue line. Landeros with the puck, banks it off the boards to himself. He'll drop it off for his teammate. Now onto the stick of Rosa. Across the blue line, Rosa with a path to the net. The captain coming! The captain has it slide off his stick right into Kunst. And he's going to hold on just 24 seconds in. It was looking a little like the Italian rush in their game against USA, where they managed to score 25 seconds in. Already a line change for Germany. Teams will be trying to keep their troops fresh, I would think, through much of this game. Rosa trying to pick the pocket. He almost did. Of the German player. It's going to come up the boards. De Pauli's going to dig for it. Now Larka shovels it back forward. It goes around the back of the net. Stumpa's going to head to it. Rosa, though, might have beat him to the puck. It's underneath the pair of them. Fifth place means an awful lot to these two teams. For the Italians, a huge victory if they could get this to win on home ice. Here's Lenderos, and it roll off his left stick. He'll shovel it back behind the net, where it's picked up by Veda. He's got time. You bank it off the boards, and Germany's going to bring it to, or at least get it to center. Lenderos, this could be a collision here, but he got there first. Nicely ahead of Louis Lauenstein. Here is De Pauli, scored a huge goal against USA early in the tournament. Cuts to the middle. It comes back to Larka. He's got a bit of room. He got a shot away. And it's fished out of harm's way by Team Germany. Can't get it out, though. Lenderos waiting at the blue line. Swings it across for Lenderos. It'll be fired into an open corner. Germany pushes it up the boards, can't clear it. Here's Lenderos, spins with the puck, looks for an outlet, finds Rosa. He steps it off the goalpost. Macri picks up the loose puck. One of the alternate captains for Team Italy slides it back to Rosa. He deals it off. There's Larka with a shot. He didn't miss by much. But it's going to come all the way back down the ice. Italy starting to get a line change. Germany getting another line change. Not quite 2.5 minutes into the opening period. Alagaris grabs a hold of it, and he will push it off to center. It bounces off a stick that's rolling there. And Germany gains possession. Bradler, who leads the team in ice time, sends it to the Italian blue line. Macri spins away from his check. Takes his time, slides a pass ahead for Kaufman. He sends one just wide of the net. Had the crowd oohing and eyeing. Good crowd on hand to watch the Italians battle for fifth place. Lost their first two games of the tournament. Bounced back to win their next two. The second one put them in this game. This is going to be an icing call against Team Germany. The last game in the round robin, they met each other. Italy pulled off the win, had to come from behind to do it. Outshot Germany 24-12. It was Nico Lenderos' goal early in the second period that stood up as the game winner. Andreoni on the face-off for Italy. He's lost his stick, but he's managed to win the face-off back to Lenderos. And that stick of Andreoni's is proving to be a bit of an adventure for him to collect. Now he's got it. Now he gets back into play, throws his shoulder into his opponent. Another good collision there. The puck wasn't involved. Usually it should be. And it's stolen by Kaufman. He's got Italy heading up ice. Falls, but manages to sweep the puck into the zone. We've got a penalty coming here. It's going to be against Germany. It's going to be a roughing penalty, and I think it's Leo Reimann who's going to go. Matthew Fergenbaum is the official in this game. Don't think that was the penalty. No, that was the penalty. The second interaction on that sequence. So Italy, 2 shots in the game already. They come into this game on the power play, ranked 5th best in the tournament, with 2 power play goals and 11 chances. Germany's penalty killing only 7th out of 8 teams. Lenderos swings it across the ice. Larka couldn't shoot it. Now it is snapped wide of the net by Radici. Landeros back for it. His team's got to clear the zone before he can go back in. Now they do. Here he comes, busting in. Got spun around. Another penalty coming, but DePaoli had a chance on a partially open net. And the goaltender for Italy has come out looking for an extra attacker. Sometimes teams will just allow the opposition to touch the puck in this case to give them a full two-man advantage, but now they're going to have a 6-on-4. He's swinging across the ice for Landeros. He shoots. It's underneath Kunst, and he's got it frozen. So now the penalty is called on Germany. It's going to be right there. Might call that a hold. I don't know. He spun Landeros around. Yeah, they're going to call it a hold. And that was a nice save by Simon Kunst. Really reaching out well with that blocker. Going across to his right. 5-on-3 power play. They have been precious few in the tournament that we have seen. Adiche wins the face-off. Back to Rosa, across for Landeros. Landeros in behind the net, looks, slides a pass back for Caligaris. He works it back to Rosa. He got in contact with Schrader, but he's still got it. Italy moving around with 5 skaters to 3. Here's DePaoli. He wires one over top of the net, and possibly off a deflection. That'll keep the face-off in the zone. No deflection, says the referee, and so the face-off is going to come outside the blue line. If that deflects off a German player, yes, the face-off is in the zone. It did not. So that means Germany, or at least Italy, will have 49 seconds to work on this two-man advantage. Here's Rosa. The captain works it across the ice. Landeros is going to have to chase. He's got it. He'll control it. Takes his time. He never rushes. Landeros, stick handles, right stick, left stick, shoots off the crossbar. Another pipe for Italy. They've had 2 posts already in the game. And we're only about 5 minutes and 17 seconds in. Well, we're exactly 5 minutes and 17. Here it is. He's got it picked out. He knows where he wants to go. And he's 1.5 centimeters or so too high. A little bit lower, and it drops down into the net. Rosa. Landeros shoots. This time it was blocked. Here's Rosa. Caligaris can't get to it, but Rosa will. Still time to work on this two-man advantage. You want to score, well, it's a two-man. That way you still keep the one-man advantage. Here is Rosa. He'll slide it in front and snap wide of the net by DePaoli. Didn't get a whole lot on it. Back it comes to the blue line for Landeros. The penalty over, though. It's a 5-on-4 once Disfeld can get back in the play. The pass into the middle. DePaoli couldn't get a shot. Rosa comes to the rescue. He shoots. That's blocked. Good play there by Brelak, the captain of Germany, to get in the way of it. And now he sweeps it around the boards. And we've got a whistle here. The referee thought maybe there was an injury over here on Gianluigi Rosa. So he blows it down. Here's that chance again. Yeah, I think I was right. About 1.5 centimeters too high. Landeros fired the hat trick in Italy's last game. That impressive victory that they pulled off over Japan, that 5-0 win. And if you haven't seen it, he pulled off the Michigan goal. We call it the Michigan goal, named after a player who did it in U.S. college hockey. Mike Legg, I believe is his name. He put the puck on his stick and literally threw it in the net. It's really hard to do, because you're not allowed to use your hand to put the puck on the stick. Germany is within seconds of killing off the penalty. Here comes DePaoli. Doesn't want to throw it away, so he swings it across the ice. McAdie will take the return pass from Caligaris. Caligaris now in behind the net. Back to the blue line for De Pauli. Back to Caligaris. Landeros. He dishes. Comes back around the boards. So Rosa has off because they blew the whistle because of what they thought was an injury. Now we're getting a penalty coming. And it's going to be against Italy. So Germany has survived and now have a chance to thrive. It's a high sticking call against Italy. It'll be Germany heading to the power play right after that incident. No score yet in the 5th place game. Germany looking for its first shot on goal in the game. And they'll get a chance on the power play to try to get it as Andrea Macri finds his way into the penalty box. Well, this won't be the proudest moment for Macri, but maybe the proudest moment was he lit the flame, the Paralympic flame at Stoke Mandeville a few weeks ago as the torch began its journey to the opening ceremony. And that had to be just an incredible moment in Andrea Macri's career, which has spanned 4 Paralympic Games. So he'll be in the box looking through the plexiglass, hoping that his team can kill off this penalty. Germany's power play has not scored yet in the tournament. They are 0 for 5 with a man advantage. Italy's penalty killing is second best at 80%, and they can be dangerous with Landeros out there. Here's Schrader, the 4-goal man in the last game against Slovakia. This is back to the blue line. Germany trying to get something organized, but couldn't. And Italy's going to clear it down the ice. Good job by Stefan Kaufmann. Jan Multa Bureleg, the captain and defenseman for Germany, gives it to Ingo Puli-Lauenstein. Now Schrader, they want to give him the puck with speed, but Landeros will be watching. He's at the far blue line. Germany brings it in. They'll snap a shot. That went off the crossbar. My goodness. Herring had it kicked out on Stilitano. I think the scouting report on Stilitano would be you got to shoot high because he's perfect in the bottom of the net. Virtually. Here is Rosa. He'll send one on the net. What a glove save by Simon Kunst. Both teams are shooting high on the opposite's goaltender. Neither has been rewarded quite yet. My goodness. Couple of looks at that one from Bernard Herring. And that one looked like it was labeled for the top of the net. So you'll see on the scoreboard on the top of your screen, no shot recorded for Germany. That's because it hit the crossbar. It wasn't at the goalie. It has to have been going into the net unless the goalie saved it in order for it to be registered as a shot. Here comes Schrader, busting out to center ice. He's got speed. He just swipes the puck into the zone. Rennock races after it. He got spun around by Landeros. Puli-Lauenstein roughed up by Enderle. Landeros fires it around the boards. Radler trying to keep it in at the left point. Pushed to the blue line by Marca. Here comes Germany again. Still on this power play. Nice moves by Schrader. Chance in front. They score! Herring on the setup from Schrader. And it is 1-0 Germany. Their first power play goal of the tournament. First goal of the tournament for Herring. And Schrader picks up the assist. Yeah, Normally, Stilitano can't be beaten down low. I think he really thought they were going to try to go up high, and he didn't quite get down into his double pad stack yet. And they somehow sneak it underneath him. Great play by Bernard Hadding. The German team that lost its first 2 games at the World Championships last year and then roared back to win 3 in a row to land in 5th place, and that's what gave them the spot at the Paralympic Winter Games here in Milano Cortina. So Italy, after a couple of goalposts hit, is now down a goal. Germany back to center ice with Desfeld. He just flips it on net. Stilitano the save. And he's going to hold on with 5:21 to go. First period, 1-0 Germany leads. Bernard Hadding's first of the tournament has Team Germany ahead of Team Italy in the 5th place game. Well, all eyes on Schrader right now because, well, look at the moves he can make. This time he dishes off for Hadding. Schrader had the puck on his stick for maybe 10 or 15 seconds. Schrader for about 2. But he converts. Much to the delight of Germany's head coach, Ole Thomas Sundstall rather. Sorry, Gunnar Fiddleman, beg your pardon. Fiddleman, really positive, just lots of teaching of his troops throughout this tournament, working with the players throughout the game. A real everyman's coach. Banged off the boards by Italy. They race after it. Caligaris is spun around. He looks to the referee. He's lost both of his sticks. The play goes on though. And Germany's going to push it back out to center ice with Disfeld. Landeros takes over. Italy can't bring the puck in the zone even if they get it because Caligaris is still trying to make his way out of the zone inside of 5 minutes to play opening period. Landeros. His pass, nice one. Right threads the needle to Andrioni, but then it's taken over by Ingo Kuli-Lauenstein. And the German defenseman is going to rattle it off the glass and down the ice. Landeros will get back in time, but it'll be an icing call. And he shows how he can do that trick by just flipping the puck onto his stick. Not everyone in the pair ice hockey game can do that quite yet. It's still fairly rare. Can't see him on your monitor, but Landeros lines up way out of the, way over on the left point. See him as the camera backs up. Face-off, pushed right to the net. Radler's gonna get it on his stick. And his pass is really just a clearing attempt. Nico Landeros, who won 3 gold medals with USA. Now playing for the country of his mother's birth, Italy. It's always been an important part. I understand of Nico Landeros' background, that he was Italian, and now he gets to play for them, and I think it's a big thrill for him, and obviously it's huge for the Italian team. Shots on goal still favoring Italy, 5-2, but never mind, it's a 1-0 lead for Germany on a goal by Bernard Hadding. Schrader and Radler pick up the assists on that goal at the 9:09 mark. Enderle has it slip out of his grasp. Rosa goes back to pick it up. Here's a chance for Enderle's lost his stick though, but a chance for De Pauli, and he almost filtered it through Simon Kunst, but somehow Kunst stops the puck and deflects it up and out of play all in one motion. Might have gone off the sled in front. Oh no, it went off the mask of Kunst. Great camera work by our crew. Here's Landaros. His pass finds De Pauli. Enderle lost it, and Germany's going to push it out to center ice. Not super aggressive on their forecheck, just looking for that smart opportunity. And here they come into the Italians come into the zone with De Pauli. Kind of lost the connection though. And it'll be worked back to center ice. Enderle. De Pauli flips it into the zone. Kunst tees it up for Kulilauenstein. He'll rim it around the boards. Landaros thought he'd kept it in, but Germany's going to clear. And Disfeld is slammed into by a couple of Italian players, and here comes Rosa on offense. Gianluigi Rosa, 1-on-2, might have a bit of room to shoot. Sharp angle here, Larka in front, and there was just too much traffic. Germany's going to clear it down the ice. Unless it hits the net, this will be, oh, it does hit the net, so it won't be an icing. Beautiful job by Germany as they get some line changes going. Here's Landaros. Banks it off the boards, looking for one of his players to get on the end of it. They couldn't. Now Rosa gets to it. Rosa leads Italy in the tournament with in assists with 4. Been a good playmaker for the Italians. Here's Raimon trying to catch up with this puck. He does. Swings it across for Disfeld. I think he's barely onside on that play. And the loose puck picked up by Caligaris. And he'll work it long way to center. It's going to go on net. Kunst has to deal with it. Here's Disfeld for Germany. He flips one high in the air. We're inside of 90 seconds to play. Opening period, 1-0 Germany leading. On a goal by Bernard Hering. And here comes De Pauli racing back to center ice. The forward drops it back for Caligaris. McAdie trying to follow up, and it's going to be sent down the ice again. Gotta think Germany's going to do this a lot. That's a smart play, though. It's no icing, and it allows them to change up their lines if they need to. Inside of a minute to play in the opening period. Hoffman redirects it into the German corner. 2 Italian players race after it, including Landaros, and the German player almost banked it in off his own goaltender. Here's Landaros. Landaros shoots, that's blocked. Might get another chance, he whacks it in front of the net. And Hering is going to clear it out of harm's way. Kept him at the blue line by Larka. He doesn't want to shoot it, and his pass is picked off by Hering, and he'll dump it down the ice. Italy racing back to defend. Look out! It's right on net. Still a tie on the save. And Landaros is going to push it across the ice just as the horn will sound. Team Germany is going to be thrilled with that opening period. Just by the body language on Team Italy, I'm going to guess they are not going to be thrilled at all. A little nervous maybe at home. And they're trailing 1-0 against Germany after 1 period of play in the 5th place game. Crowd enjoying the atmosphere, though. Some of these people, they have come back to watch more para-ice hockey. For some, I think it's the first time, the oohs and ahs in the crowd really enjoying the energy, the contact, the physical contact a lot of people are surprised with in the para-ice hockey game. It's always been there, but sometimes you have to shout out a message for the 10th or the 100th time, and then everybody hears it, and it's quite a thing. And this is quite a sport enjoyed by young and maybe not so young. Only goal of that first period coming at the 9:09 mark. Germany's Bernhard Hering on the setup from Felix Strader. Hugo Radler picks up the second assist on that. There's the shots though, favoring Italy 8-4. They also dominated the face-offs at 66, almost 67%. Penalties against Germany will tell you that the Italian power play is actually 0 for 2. Germany at perfect at 1 for 1 so far in the game. Impressive. Well, lots of opportunities for the Italians early on. You're going to see a couple of goalposts get struck as well. There's one of them. That was Rosa. In a later sequence, take another look at this here. It's worth looking at twice. Nico Landeros rather is going to find a spot behind. He got it up and over and past the goaltender. That was one of the penalties against the Team Germany. Landeros was hauled down. Really nice job by Kuntz diving across with that blocker. And speaking of iron being rattled, it happened in both nets. Germany did it once, and Italy did it twice. So Hering had the one goal and almost had another one. Haven't seen the goal yet, but we will. Certainly the busier of the two goaltenders was Simon Kunst. That's a chance that Italy would like to have back. Had a chance to get that out while killing a penalty. Couldn't. And the setup finds Hering. And Schrader does the playmaking and Hering does the finishing. Hering certainly recognized the work of his teammates. A, to keep it in at the blue line, and B, to set it up for him. And you've got an extra attacker, you've got to try to sneak in behind the opposition. He does exactly that. And before Stilatano can drop down into his double pad stack, he manages to put that one through. Actually, it looks like it went through the arm and the top of the sled. Reason to smile for Peter Billman. Reason to smile for Germany. They lead it 1-0 through one period of play. Team Italy outshot Team Germany in that first period of the fifth place game by an 8-4 margin, but the only goal came on the power play for Germany at 9:09 of the opening period. Keep in mind, Italy had a two-man advantage for well over a minute inside the Milano Santa Giulia hockey arena. Look at the beautiful landscape around. Good overhead drone shot. And we make our way inside the stadium for this fifth place game. Lots on the line for both of these teams. Italy has 2 victories in the tournament already. Germany has 1, but a win here would give Germany 5th place. We'll see how they approach the second period and on to the third period. 2 goalposts hit in the first period by Italy, 1 for Germany. Gone entire games without a goalpost being hit, with 3 in 1 period. Mirko Bianchi and his team has really been stressing they want to play the right way. If they play the right way, they're going to be happy with the result one way or the other. I suspect they're not going to feel like they played the right way in that opening period. Nico Landaros said after the win over Japan, we needed a win where we were just forechecking and playing the game well. We needed that for the morale of the team so we can bring it against Germany. He said we passed the puck well, especially in the offensive zone, and we were talking a lot. Keep that in mind, talking a lot. He said at the beginning of the tournament, you couldn't hear anyone speaking, but it's really important to talk and let your teammates know where you're at. It's one of the things that will strike you if you're low towards the ice surface at a game is you'll hear the communication between the players. And I think sometimes, let's say you're on a 2-on-1 and you call for the puck, just because the player, whether he passes it to you or not, what it does is it just, in a sense, kind of lets the other team know that, uh-oh, that guy's in the open, and then it kind of distracts them. So sometimes it can be good in that way as well. Had a player say to me when you get to the bench, hey, sorry I didn't pass it. I'm like, no worries, you scored. It's all good. If you scored, it doesn't matter. They heard me yell. Here we go, second period action in the fifth place game. Team Italy in blue, Team Germany in white. The teams are at full and even strength. Nico Landaros goes back to pick up the puck in his own end. He'll slide it ahead for his captain, Gianluigi Rossa. But off the stick and back into the Italian zone it goes. Landaros. Enderle does well to shake off a check. It'll come to center ice, but Radler is going to push it back in, and here's a chance maybe for Herring. Rossa trying to get back. Herring shot, and he missed it on the blocker side of Stilitano. Germany is developing into a real counter-attack team. Stilitano just sprawling out with that double pad stack. And Landaros knocked down. Here's Rossa trying to chase that one, but Radler's going to get there. We'll see a lot of Radler this game. Leads Germany in ice time in the tournament. Herring lets it go back to his teammate, Radler. Up ahead for Maischen. And Maischen didn't miss by a whole lot. It's going to be kept in at the blue line by Brelag. And the captain of Team Germany got 2 dropped sticks on the ice. Sometimes that can be interesting. Now one of them's been picked up. Play broken up to the German blue line. Radler's going to slide it in. And he's going to head to the bench. Here's Bosman. He scored a goal for Germany in the tournament. Had it taken away, though, by Landaros. Here's Rossa. He's got a man open on the right side. Larka couldn't handle the pass, though. De Pauli trying to battle for it. Here's Kuli Lauenstein. And the 33-year-old defenseman who led the team in goals at the World Championships last year starts that play. Intercepted, though, by Italy. Landeros pushes it ahead for Rosa. 3 German players come back to meet him. Rosa spun around, stays with it, works it into the corner. Landeros drops it back to De Pauli. There's a shot that's fired wide of the net. It's going to go too much on an angle and out of the zone. And Landeros has to go back for it. He'll slide it up the right wing boards for Rosa. Fights off a check, swings it across for Enderle. Enderle's got a bit of room here. Off he goes, throws it across, Landeros scores! And we're all tied up. Enderle feeds the pass across, and Landeros looked like he might have tapped that in with his left hand. It might have even been the butt end of the stick. Well, this is fascinating. No, he got more of it than I thought. He definitely got it, but it was his left hand. He directs it in. Nice play by Enderle. Nice finish. The 2 defensemen on the 2-on-1. And the finish is perfect for Italy. And maybe now he'll play it with a little more freedom. Glance up at the clock. You'll see 12:06 left, Nico. So that goal comes at 2:54. Sixth goal of the tournament for Landeros. 1-1 tie. Goes back to Landeros again. Stick handling, holding, shooting. Yeah, just got through and somehow stopped by goaltender Kunst. Another scramble in front. Landeros again. And then he's throwing his weight around in the corner. Gathered in by Frank Renack. His pass will come out to center for Hering. He's been dangerous throughout this game for Germany. Back to pick it up, Kaufman. He'll bank it off the boards to center ice. Landeros, 1 man back, swings it across. McAdie overskates it, goes down, but retrieves it. Italy's going to have to head back. This is going to be a race. Busman, and he's taken into the boards, but Busman still has it. Had to feed a pass through for Schrader. Schrader hasn't found himself in the open in this game the way he did in the Slovakia game. Italy doing a good job limiting him so far. Landeros, Macri, one of the alternate captains on Team Italy. Swings a pass up the left side. Andrioni across the German blue line. Stumpa back for it. He'll bank it off the boards. It'll go past. No, it'll be, yes, it will go past. Thought Andrioni might have kept it in, but the linesperson right there. Johnny on the spot. Let's take a look again. Here's Anderle feeding that across for Landeros. So quick to adjust. Of course you want to shoot on your right side if you're a right shot, but if it's there, sometimes it's more a matter of how quickly can I get this on the net. He got it on the net, and the game is tied at 1. The thrills and spills and the physical contact. We noticed a few times this week that someone said, hey, it's interesting that on the off day the teams aren't practicing. Well, look at that. This is a really combative sport, and there's ice packs and cold plunges and all these things that are needed just for these players to be ready for the next game. So we give them credit. 5 games in the span of a week. Italy wins the face-off. Landeros drops it back for De Pauli. Tries to hide it under his sled, but it's going to be pressured by Germany. Herring and Kuli Lauenstein. Now Stumpa under pressure from De Pauli, but he takes his time, pushes it back in behind the net, skates away from the Paralympic Agitos. Up the boards it goes for Disfall, and he's going to make sure it goes to center ice. Here's Ryman. He lost it. Couldn't really catch up to it, really. Stilitano's going to make a save here. He's got to be careful. Gianluigi Rosa into the middle for Landeros. He'll dump it towards the net. Dealt aside by Simon Kunst. Slammed up against the boards was Kuli Lauenstein. Stumpa comes to the blue line. Germany gets it out. Herring, he's their goal scorer. He's coming in looking for more. Herring, and he didn't miss by much. And Landeros, he is hooked, and he's going to draw a penalty here. But Italy's going to try to make something out of this extra bit of power play time as Stilitano makes his way to the bench. Look out, look out, look out! Empty net! And it's a goal for Germany. An empty net, own goal. Germany's going to take advantage of it. The crazy thing is it was put into the net by Italy, but Italy will still get a power play here. Not sure what the Italian player was thinking there. Stilitano had vacated the net. The reason you pull your goalie is to get the goaltender out. The other team can't score, but you can score in your own net, and that's exactly what we just saw. An own goal. And that is a heartbreaker for Italy. The good news is, and the crazy bit of good news is, still a full 2-minute power play for Italy. Herring's in the box, and Italy will have a chance to try to redeem themselves here. But that is a crazy goal. Herring is actually going to get credit for this goal, his second of the game. Wow, what a turn of events. 6 minutes into the second period. Landeros across the blue line. Feeds it across for Caliganis. And his shot is stopped, and then Schrader's going to sweep it down the ice. Stilitano comes out of his net to try to tee it up for his teammate. Rosa's going to go back to get it. Italy's trying to make something happen on this power play. A poor pass, though. Fired at the net. Missed by Renak. Lofted again from the other side by Brelag. So far, this power play has been really good for Germany, not so good for Italy. And Italy came in with some pretty good power play numbers. At least they had scored a couple of goals with the man advantage. Precious seconds ticking off of the Italian power play here. They finally fish it out. Here's Larca. He'll swing it across the ice for Caligaris. He deals it ahead for De Pauli at the blue line. It's tied up in skates, and it finally gets pushed back out by Germany. Schrader, he'll roll it down the ice. There's 40 seconds to work on this Italian power play. Nothing doing yet. Here's Rosa. Doesn't take much, though. Caligaris. De Pauli. Larca. Lost it. Followed up by De Pauli smartly. He's still got it. De Pauli, cross-ice pass. Couldn't set it up. Here's Landeros. Drops it off for Rosa. Back to Landeros. Cuts to the middle. Wants to shoot it. Now he gives it off. There's a shot stopped by Kunst, and he's going to hold on. That was a nice setup by Landeros and a really nice one-timer by Rosa. Couldn't find the back of the net though. Kunst has been solid. He's stopped 12 of 13 shots in this game. Germany's managed 2 goals on 5 shots. And Disfeld is happy to just keep this puck tied up as long as he can. Stumpa lost it. Here's a chance. DePauli flips it on net. And Kunst got it underneath his pad. Well, there's a case of you'd like to see DePauli come around the net and try to flip the backhander instead of trying to make that extra moment. See this, he steals the puck, and there, you want him to shoot it right there and not spin around and shoot, but try to shoot the backhander best you can, as quickly as you can. Easier said than done, though. It is hard to take backhand shots with those sticks. It really is. And not everyone is Declan Farmer, superstar for Team USA. And Brioni facing off against Strader. See how the players really choke, we call it choking up or choking down on your stick to win the face-off. They have their hand almost on the blade. Here's Kaufman. Landeros is lurking on the play, runs a little bit of interference. Strader grabs the puck, and he'll push it out to center ice. A race here, Busman takes it down, throws it, tries to throw it in front. It's intercepted with one stick. The Italian defender, Caligaris, had a chance to clear it. Well, he's a forward, but he was a defender on that play. Andrioni picks up the puck behind his net. Might have been a better play for Anderle to take it. Here's Caligaris. And he's going to try to clear it. Couldn't on the first attempt. Andrioni, his pass out to center. Kaufman trying to catch up to it. And Germany's going to filter it right back in again. Just over 5.5 minutes to go. Second period, 15-minute periods in the para ice hockey game. Italians were the favorites in this game, but it has been Germany much more opportunistic. 2 goals on 5 shots. This one goes into the German bench. They lead it 2-1, 5:26 to go in period 2. Oh, that was, I think, just, you can't imagine if that ends up being the game-winning goal. I mean, we're still a long, long way to go in this one, but kind of hope for Stilatano and his team's sake that that isn't the game winner. They certainly intend to come back. But right now, it is 2 goals for Bernard Herring that has Germany leading 2-1 on Italy. 5:26 to go, second period of play. Radice on the face-off, out with Larka. Shoveled into the corner, Rosa goes after it. Landeros lurking out near the blue line. They're trying to spread Germany around a little bit. Macri drops it off. Larka. Here's Landeros. Racing after it goes Rosa. Shoveled to the blue line and just out again as Larka goes after it. Here's a chance. Landeros is going to go pick this one up. Maybe go for a skate. Nico Landeros banks it off the boards. probably like to have that pass back. If he could do it again, he'll get a chance now on the left wing side. Takes it back into the corner. Throws it around the back of the net. It's like the other Italian players aren't necessarily expecting what Landeros is going to do. And now he pushes it up the right side for Rosa. And we've got an offside and a penalty, both in the same play. And it's going to be a teeing call against Germany. It'll be Italy to the power play. So one official had his arm in the air, this one, for the penalty, Furgenbaum. The other one had his hand up for the offside, but because it's a penalty, the offside would be out, the face-off would be outside the blue line, but because it's a penalty, the face-off is in the German zone. A rule that was brought into hockey, I don't know how many years ago, at all levels, so that the team going on the power play gets the advantage, because let's face it, they deserve it. Disfeld's going to face this one off against Larka. No, in fact, it's Gallagheras is going to come in and take it. Larka was their best face-off man through much of this tournament. Comes back to the blue line for Rosa. Landeros is lurking near the back door. There's a shot blocker save, rebound loose, another save. And it's a scramble in front, and so many bodies. Where's the puck? It's covered up. Referee Furgenbaum says, I couldn't see it, so I had to blow it. Look at all the white jerseys on the edge of the crease. Nice save by Kunst. And then he just pounces on it. Well, if you're a fan of hockey and have been for your life, you know all about the goalie equipment, but if you're new to it, the glove on his right hand is called a blocker. The glove on his left hand is called a trapper. Scramble face-off. Germany's going to win it, and Germany's going to send it out to center. They've killed off the first 30 seconds of this 2-minute penalty. Gianluigi Rosa, the 5-time Paralympian, the captain of Team Italy, carries through center ice, right over the Milano Cortina 2026 sign. Landeros is getting all kinds of physical contact, gets the puck in. Larka in behind the net, overskates it. It'll be grabbed by Caligaris. He dishes it back to Rosa. He's got Landeros, but he goes with a shot in front. Germany a chance to clear. Rosa stops it. Rosa shoots it. Rebound loose. Deep. No, hit both posts. No, the referee says it's a goal. It's a goal. Team Italy. Oh my goodness. De Pauli scores a monster goal. And for a second there, you thought that it hit both posts and somehow stayed out. No, it's in the net. Let's get a look at this here. The shot, the rebound. Yeah, that went off the television camera, I think. Yeah, the housing for the TV camera. Referee in perfect position, referee Furgenbaum. And De Pauli deposits it into the net. Well, I think the good news is that own goal for Italy isn't going to come back to bite them. At least not at this point, it would seem. Not going to be the game winner, that is for sure. And the linesman goes to check in on Germany's goaltender, Simon Kunst. Referee Furgenbaum's going to skate back in that direction as well. Might be an issue with the mask. The linesman has taken the goalie mask of Kunst. He's got two actually on the go here. Two different ones that are being. One was brought out to him that he's saying, I don't want that one. I don't know. Trying to use some sign language as these fans are just enjoying every moment of this action. Carlo Stilitano enjoying this moment right here. Well, very stoic. Mirko Bianchi saying, okay, fine, we got the tying goal. I won't relax and cheer until we're a few up. Coach Peter Vilman's got other ideas. It's now 10 shots for Italy in this period with still 3 minutes to go. So in fact, it wasn't the goalie mask of Kunst. It looks like it was the trapper that had an issue. Some of the favorites in the building, yes. Loving that. You can see those are track spikes on the bottom there. That allows him, so he's taken some track shoes, cut off the bottom plates, had them fixed on his trapper because he can only use one stick. And so for him to move side to side, he needs to have picks on the ice, and so he uses those picks on the trapper to push him from side to side. He's got picks on his goalie stick on the other side. Set to drop the puck here. 2-2 tie in this 5th place game at Milano Cortina 2026 in the Para Ice Hockey Tournament. Enderle overskates it, Stilitano reaches and then traps it between his stick and the side of the net, it looked like, and he'll draw the whistle. Luigi Rosa picks up the only assist. That is his 5th assist of the tournament. That leads the team in that category. You want your captain to be a playmaker, and he is that. Here's Kuli Lauenstein. His wrist shot is high over top of the net. I really do think both teams are trying hard to get shots high in the upper half, 2/3 of the net. Got a lot of shots missed, though, high, and we've had our share of goalposts and crossbars. Renhack couldn't reach it. Here's Galagatis, pushes it ahead. Kuli Lauenstein, though, got there. Stick lost by the Italian player, and here comes Italy back to center ice. Herring's gonna chop it in. Germany making some changes. Herring's off to the bench. Here's Kaufmann, Stefan Kaufmann, the 3-time Paralympian for Italy. Spins around, lets it go to Enderle. His pass will find Landeros at center ice. Now he's got a bit of a path. Swings it ahead for Andreoni. He's got to hustle to get in front of it. And a penalty coming. This will be an interference call against Germany. If Andreoni is right playing the puck at that moment, he doesn't get a, Kuli Lauenstein doesn't get a penalty. Kuli Lauenstein's kind of surprised by this, though. He thought he was hitting a player who was playing the puck. And probably about 50-50 on the officials who would call that and not call that, but it's a real discretion call. Andreoni was chasing that puck down the left side, and Kuli Lauenstein hit him. So another power play opportunity here for Italy. Looking for the go-ahead goal now. Rosa got a bit of a path to the net, decides to slide it across for De Pauli. Now onto the stick of Macri. Into the left wing corner, Macri looks, holds, surveys. Landeros couldn't get a shot away. Here's Rosa, he shoots, that's blocked, rebound. Another shot stopped by Kunst. Another one is pounded wide of the net. And Ryman's gonna have a chance to clear it, and he will get it out. Macri was hoping it was in, but it was out, and the linesman Johnny on the spot. 2-2 tie, period number 2. This game has featured all kinds of different, well, just so much different kinds of action, and an own goal, and just don't see that every day. That is for sure. 19-5, the shots favor Italy, and yet they are stuck in a 2-2 tie here. And on the power play again, still with over 70 seconds to work on it. Here's Rosa. Landeros rolls up across, Landeros across the board. He's only got one stick. And the lines person has decided this is an offside call. Somebody just as when Landeros lost his stick, he kind of lost his momentum too. Down to the final minute of the second period. Boy, Italy would sure covet a goal here before the end of the period. Here's Landeros. Drop pass for De Paoli. Nice job to shake off one checker. Still has it. Dishes it for Landeros. Throws it back to De Paoli. Wonder if Landeros was thinking maybe another chance for the Michigan goal. Rosa, nice little drop pass for De Paoli. Swings away from Herring. No, he doesn't. Herring, good recovery. And he'll send it down the ice on Stilitano. And that will probably do it for the period, unless Rosa can quickly organize something. With Larka broken up by Herring, and the man who's got 2 goals for Germany will have the puck on his stick just before the period ends. Now it's over, 2-2 after 2, 3 goals in that period. Germany's had the lead twice in this game. Italy's been scrambling from behind, but they've tied it, and it's 2-2 after 2 at the Milano Santa Giulia Arena. And 11-2, the shots on goal in that period. Stilitano still shaking his head about that own goal that rolled in. 19-6, the 2-period total of shots. Landeros from Enderle and Rosa for 254. Herring unassisted. He was the last one to touch that puck. And then De Paoli from Rosa has us all tied up at 2 after 2 periods of play. In a really entertaining 5th place game, the host nation still hoping the home team can find a way to win it and take 5th place in their home Paralympic Games. Well, Italy doing well to stay disciplined. Didn't take any penalties in that period. Didn't let Germany go on the power play. Doing a better job winning the face-offs. Had 3 opportunities, though, with the man advantage. Unable to score. Able to score once. But in the end, we're sitting at a 2-2 tie through 2. Well, when that man gets alone in that range of the goal, he's going to score more often than not. And Nico Landeros, the 36-year-old, 4-time Paralympian, first time representing Italy, though, just directs that one in with the left stick. Beautifully done. His 6th of the tournament. And here is the one that was so painful, and Taki, not sure what he was thinking. Tries to send it back towards his own end. His team was just trying to hold possession while the goaltender would come out of the game or come to the bench, because the next time Germany touched the puck would have had a whistle. And he must have just seen someone moving with a blue jersey back there. I'll just dish it back to my teammate. But the goaltender is not nearly as mobile as the other players. Italy had a couple of chances to try to get it back. De Paoli missed that one. Look at that. You can see it lying there underneath. Italy just keeps on persevering, though, and there is the tying goal by DePaoli. This time he makes sure of it. Puts us to where we are now at a 2-2 tie through 2 periods of play. Well, for your goal scorer, the best place to be is somewhere with your stick in position to shoot near the front of the net, preferably not tied up by an opponent. And to the best of Kuntz' efforts, he can't reach it. DePaoli ties it. We're at 2-2 through 2 periods at Milano Cortina 2026 in the 5th place game. Third period is looming in this fifth place game at the Milano Santa Giulia Ice Hockey Arena. Italy, Germany deadlocked at 2 apiece. What a game it has been. A really strong effort by Germany's goaltender, Simon Kunst. A really strong effort by Germany's Bernhard Hering. One goal that he scored, one that he's going to get credit for, but to his grandchildren, he'll have gone end to end and put it in the top corner. Nevertheless, he's got 2 goals. Italy has had to fight hard for their 2 goals. And it is tied at 2 as we get ready to drop the puck in the third period. Landeros and De Pauli, the goal scorers for Italy. Pauli's power play goal at 11:56 of the second period. His second of the tournament has tied things up. There he is, the man of that moment, maybe the man of the next moment. I'll tell you this, Italy's best player, number 15, Nico Landeros, has not come off the ice yet in this game. He's got a goal. He's heavily relied on. No medal at stake in this game, but make no mistake, you want to win your last game of the Paralympic Winter Games, and 5th place, top 5 in the world. A lot of players were talking about that before, saying that is something to play for. We want to be 5th. We would much rather be 5th than be 6th. You want to win your last game. You want to finish top 5. Landeros playing his first Paralympic Winter Games for Italy after 3 for USA. Let's drop the puck for the third period. Italy and Germany. And Italy grabs possession first. Enderle up ahead. It goes across the blue line, delayed offside. Italy's got to leave this puck alone. And Germany's going to fire it down the ice. And Hering is going to race after it. Still, Atano's got to be really careful. And he decides to pounce on it. And he will hold on. A little bit of an adventure there, but he holds on to the puck for 17 seconds into the third period. This might be a game that Nico Landeros plays the entire 45 minutes. Super valuable player, obviously, for Italy. Other players are making line changes, but he was out there and he is playing a ton. Here's Larka, back behind his net. He will drop it off for Enderle. Alex Enderle, two-time Paralympian defenseman, up onto the stick of Larka. He's rubbed off the puck by Hering. Germany a chance to clear it. Another chance to clear it, and they will get it down the ice. Off the stick of Larka, into the zone. De Pauli chases. He'll be the first forechecker, the F1 on the play. Then Larka follows up for Italy. Rubbed out along the boards by Hering. In to help out is De Pauli. Look at all those bodies battling along the boards. Everything in close contact with the boards, the ice, and each other. Kept in at the blue line smartly by Rosa. De Pauli races after it. Enderle under a little bit of duress there. And it's going to be shoveled down the ice by Germany. And this will be an icing call. A minute and a half into the third period in a 2-2 tie in the 5th place game at the Milano Santa Giulia Arena. Italy changing up their forward line. Landeros will stay out. They'll have a new defense partner. It'll be Macri now. You see this forward unit come onto the ice for Italy. Includes Andrioni, Kaufman, and Caligaris. Andrioni racing after it. Kaufman now to the corner. Sent in behind the net. Landeros pinching from the blue line. It'll be wired around the boards. And Macri's going to go collect it. Stick handles, walks across the blue line, delivers a pass for Caligaris, and there's a hit there after the whistle, but the referee puts his hands up. No harm, no foul on the play. Boy, Felix Schrader, who was such an important part of Germany's victory in their last game, is on the ice now, but not having the kind of game that I'm sure he would have liked. Played about 12 minutes of action through 2 periods of play, about 6 minutes per period. And Andrioni getting a little help from the official to make sure his helmet is done up properly. Sometimes you got the big gloves on, and who knows, sometimes the players have gloves inside their gloves. It's easier to just get the linesman to help out. Macri's going to head back in his own zone. Shatter watching him. He'll drop it off for Landeros. Launches a pass out to center, grabbed by Caligaris. Andrioni follows up, but then lost it. Here comes Schrader, but Landeros is keeping a close eye on him. He fires a high one that's just wide of the net. Macri digs it forward along the boards, along with Caligaris. Veda trying to fish it out of the sled of Macri. Kaufman in to help out as well. Here's a chance for Germany developing. Shot stopped by Stilitano. Rebound Schrader. Another save. And taken out of harm's way by Macri to the blue line. Not out. Kuli Lauenstein keeps it in. Now it'll be pushed to center. And this is not going to be an offside because the Italian player pushed it in. Andrioni races back to get this. Makes a nice play to push it forward for Kaufman. Landeros knocked away. He's going to have to circle. Germany's going to dump it in. This line has been a little bit of an adventure here for Italy. They're changing it up. And Taki in behind his net. Moving the puck forward. Slides it ahead for Landeros. He feeds it to Andrioni. Did he get a shot? He can. Save made by Kuntz. Loose puck loose in front. Kuntz couldn't get to it. And it'll be pushed out to center ice by Germany. I feel like Italy knows they got to score because Germany's all about the counter-attack. Then again, you don't want to rush it. Landeros tries a pass and feels like he should have done something else with it. His body language wasn't real positive there. There's a shot on Stilitano. He stops it. Kaufman clears it. Penalty coming. And I think this is against Italy for interference. And Taki's going to go. Germany to the power play. It's 2-2 in the 3rd period at Milano Santa Giulia Arena.
talked about Schrader not being as evident in this game, and then he's been very close to putting his team in the lead. That was that Andrioni chance. Germany is going to the power play. Subio and Taki is in the box. Germany's power play has scored in their first opportunity in this game. Linesman's not going to
drop the puck until everybody's ready, and goaltender Simon Kunst wasn't quite ready. Had some more equipment issues. Now it's been sorted and ready to drop the puck. Larka against the best player for Germany in this game, Hering, I guess the best skater. Kunst might be the best overall, I guess. He's been a busy guy. 26 shots on Kunst. He stopped 24 of them. There's a shot, still a tunnel to save. That was Germany's 10th shot of the game. Still a tunnel's good with the glove hand. That is not much doubt about that. 5-time Paralympian Santino Stiletano. The best goals against average at last year's V-Pool World Championships. Less than 1.54 goals per game that he gave up on average. Anderle comes up with the puck, and can he clear it? No. 3 German players around him, and they keep the puck alive. That's a play you've got to make if you have it on your stick, but it's easier said than done. Hering, watched by Landeros. Schrader deals it back. Greylag, the captain, swept out to center ice. This could be interesting. Landeros, Billy Lowenstein, goaltender comes up to play it, and he pushes it just out of the reach of Landeros. Bouncing puck, Schrader pushes it into his captain, Greylag. Now Renak. Schrader throwing his weight around. Larka trying to reach for it. Germany, about 45 seconds to work on this power play, but it's broken up. De Pauli racing down the left wing, and he had his path just absolutely shut down by Greylag. Greylag had some nervous moments in the penalty box in Germany's last game. Took a late double minor penalty with a 10-minute misconduct and sat down in the cooler, as we call it, for a long time. And his team survived it and won it. Here's Hering, redirects it into the high slot. It's gonna bounce off into the other corner. Down to a dozen seconds on this power play. Larka rips it off the glass. That's what you talk about for a good clearing attempt. And it's slammed right back in again by Germany. De Pauli glances up at the clock, realizes his team's killed off the penalty, and Taki makes his way to the bench. De Pauli on offense. Brings it across the blue line. Trying to drop it back for Enderle. Good tight checking by Germany, though. And they're going to push it back to center ice, and it'll be bounced right back in again by Larka. Still offside, though. The Italian players have to all be out of the blue line the same time. Now they finally do. And Germany's going to get it back to center. Macri. Landeros, I don't believe, has come off the ice yet. Not in this period, and he definitely did not in the first 2. Here's Hering. I doubt he will. Here's an interception by Larka. Up ahead for Rossa. Here comes the Italian captain. He has Landeros with him. Swings it for De Pauli. Back to Landeros. Landeros scores! Italy's got the lead. Nico Landeros. Wow! This place is alive. What a setup. Yes, he finished it, but what a setup. All 3 players on that rush did their job to perfection. It gets finished off by Landeros. It starts with Rossa, across for De Pauli, drops it for Landeros, and boom, it's in the net. Italy's got its first lead of the game. 7:05 into the 3rd period. And can they get another one? Or can Germany fight back? They have proven to be a resilient group. Nico Landeros. He's got the puck again on his stick. Launches a left wing pass out of the reach of Caligaris. Linesman will wave off the icing on the play. The Rattler will rip it around the boards, and out it comes to center. And Veros. Well, Rosa continues to be an excellent playmaker in this game. He picks up another assist, his 6th assist of the tournament. Here comes Italy again. Radice, Elise Caligaris, now McAdee, now Rosa, now McAdee, and he just misses. Rebound comes loose, another chance, they score it in! Rosa, 4-2 Italy. Exactly 1 minute after the Landeros goal, Gianluigi Rosa with the goal that gives him a little insurance, a little breathing room. His first of the tournament to go with his 6 assists. He starts that play. This is for McAdee. German players all blocking it. The rebound comes back to Rosa, and the captain makes a nice pivot. Colts trying to get back, couldn't get there. McAdee and Caligaris will draw the assists on that one. This is what we expected to see with Team Italy. And it felt like they were squeezing their sticks a little bit too tightly, as we like to say. This is going to be no icing call on this. Schrader and Landeros in a collision. Here's Italy trying to get, or at least Germany trying to get something going now. Veda, now we've got a penalty coming here. It's a high sticking call. So actually it's a high sticking and a roughing penalty here. The Italian player Landeros will get 2 for roughing. And the German player will get 2 for high sticking. It looks like Schrader. We saw that sort of brewing earlier in the shift. You know how close of attention each team has been paying, how close of attention Italy's been paying to Schrader, how close of attention Germany's been playing to Landeros, and eventually emotions are going to erupt a little bit, so you had a little bit of a skirmish there, and the referee decides to shut them down. So what it means is we got 4-on-4 hockey. Italy really can't just ice the puck at will, but they're going to have to face off in their own zone. Now it would get interesting if one team takes a penalty, because a 4-on-3 power play is a great opportunity with lots of open ice. In case you've never watched too much hockey or you weren't sure on the rules, you can only be down to 3 skaters. If you take, say, more than 2 penalties at a time, the referees will wait, and the next penalty won't start until the first of the 2 is over. So you'll never be 3 men short or 4 men short. The most you can be is 2 short. Under 6 minutes to play here in the 3rd period of the 5th place game. Enderle back in his own zone. He's got an interesting way of skating. He doesn't move his arms at the same time. He kind of moves them right then left and right then left. It works for him. Larka back in his own corner. He's being guarded closely by Stompa, who's trying to keep it in. McAdee under pressure from a couple of German players. So now Germany has to change its strategy. It can't be so much a counterattack team. And wow, that was quite the battle with McAdee down on the ice. So it's a 2-goal lead for Italy here. Later stages, 3rd period in the 5th place game at Milano Santa Giulia Arena. So now the strategy session for Team Germany and head coach Peter Dillmann to try to figure out a plan. No, we know you can't score 2 goals all at once. You got to get the first one first. Maybe the message too for Simon Kunst. When is the time you come out for an extra attacker? Will it be soon? Will it be later? Under 5.5 minutes to go in the 3rd period. Germany, Italy battling for 5th place. Face-off won by the Italians. Gianluigi Rosa goes back in his own corner to grab it. This is a rare thing in that number 15 is not on the ice for Italy because he's in the penalty box. So Nico Landeros is getting his first moments to rest in the game. I just glanced down, I was thinking, hey, where is he? And then I remembered where he was. He's in the box. Italy's decided here that the best strategy is just to send it down the ice, regroup, take an icing call, no harm, no foul. As long as you're confident in your face-off winning. Caligaris against Ryman. Rosa grabs it. Ryman's lost a stick on the play. Then Luigi Rosa. Pass out to center, just out of the reach of Caligaris, and this is going to be another icing call against Italy. I don't think they mind it terribly, though. Italians played in their first Paralympic Winter Games when they hosted in Torino in 2006. They played in every one since. Their results: 8th in Torino, 7th in Vancouver, 6th in Sochi, 4th. They were in the bronze medal game in Pyeongchang, and then 5th place in Beijing. They have a chance to finish 5th again here, proving they're one of the top 5 para-ice hockey nations in the world yet again. Here's Kaufman, swings it across for Captain Rosa. He's had a really nice game with a goal and 2 assists. And they come again, Kaufman, and a nice save by Kunst. Rebound is loose, another chance, and it's pounced on by Simon Kunst. So now 7 seconds left in the 4-on-4 situation. Then both Schrader and Landeros will come back out. Really, Caligaris is just lurking there at the front of the net. And Rosa from his belly tries to squeak it past. Couldn't quite do it. Now the job of the officials in the penalty box, get those doors open, get that door nice and clear so that the players can come skating out. It's about to end, the 2 penalties. Here's Rosa, he'll deal the puck into the corner. Bernard Herring, 2 goals in the game for Germany. Dumps it out to center ice. Here they come with Ingo Kuli-Lauenstein, racing in, left hand shot, that's at least touched by Stilitano. Landeros out of the penalty box, Schrader out of the box for Germany. Just over 4 to go. Enderle goes cross ice, trying to set up Caligaris. Picked up by Herring. It's going to bounce right onto Stilitano's net. And Kaufman, nice drop pass there for Landeros. You got to think the communication that Nico Landeros talked about is happening. Here he comes, busting across the line. Landeros slides a pass ahead for Caligaris. Rosa comes in. They've got some more pushing and shoving. Reilag and Caligaris were going toe-to-toe and nose-to-nose as the crowd is going wave-to-wave. Reilaga, the captain of Team Germany, is actually going to take a penalty here. He's being brought out of the penalty box by referee Fergenbaum.
think it's going to be, again, alternating penalties, Kanagenis and Brelag. Now you cannot be swinging your stick at another player's face, regardless of the fact that they have a mask on. I saw a misconduct symbol being shown by the referee. We'll get some help from the linesmen as they sort this out, as the fans are enjoying this with their team in the lead by 2 goals with under 3.5 minutes to go in the third. Mirko Bianchi got to be really happy with his team's third period. I'm going to say he'll be unhappy with the first, a little happier with the second, but very happy with the third if it stays the way it is. And as we've said, he wants the team to play well, the way he thinks they know how to play. They have proven in practice. They have demonstrated. Remember, they won the B-Tour World Championship last year, going 5-0. Came into this tournament as the 8th seed. They have a chance to finish in 5th place. Oh, very animated Matt Furgenbaum. It's going to be 5-on-5. I think. Coach Bianchi's not happy. Penalties coming with 3 minutes and 27 seconds on the board. I am sure I saw the referee put his both hands on his hip to indicate a misconduct. So here it goes. There's one whack to the face. So far, we're only seeing 2 on each side, 2 minutes on each side for high sticking, but the teams are playing 5-on-5. Yeah, they shouldn't be penalties right there on the board. It's not 4-on-4, it's actually 5-on-5. And I think the linesman heard Paul, our spotter in this game, who whispered in my ear that those penalties should come off the board, and now they have been taken off the board and off the screen. 3:27 to go, third period. 4-2, Italy leads, 2 in the third period. They've got 1 foot in the door in terms of finishing in 5th place at this tournament. Here's Rosa. Rosa spins and holds and gives to Larca, centering pass. Landeros trying to just snap a quick shot. Radler in his own corner, hounded by Larca. He'll get it to Stompa. Rosa, though, beats him to it on the boards. Don Luigi Rosa. He's just trying to tie it up, I think, a little bit. Now Felix Schrader. He's trying to push it forward for Stompa, but Landeros is going to beat on him. He's going to grab the puck. That's spun around. Another penalty coming here. It will go against Stompa, and Stilitano's going to come out of his net, and then he gets poked by Stompa. He wants another penalty, but he won't get it. Here's McAdee down the ice. Here's Landeros following up. He slams into his own player, Larca in the corner. Italy does have a 6th player. They just don't want to pass the puck into their own net. Here's Larca. Here's Rosa. Here's Rosa scoring! 5-2 Italy. Gianluigi Rosa. That's what you want from your captain, to have his best game in your final game in his 5th Paralympic Games. Rosa's 4th point of the game is going to give his team a 5-2 lead. Remember, Germany was about to take a penalty here. So it was an extra attacker on the ice for Italy. And Rosa,
He's got the goaltender moving hard to his right. I'm not sure why he would come so hard. He's trying to make sure he blocks the right corner, of course, but he just comes a bit too hard, and he leaves Rosa the glove side. And so Italy is fully in the front seat, in the driver's seat, that is, of whatever beautiful Italian sports car you might be thinking of. Italy has had 6 shots on goal here in the third and 3 goals, which is so interesting because they had 19 shots in the first 2 periods and managed just 2 goals. Radice on the face-off for Italy against Disfeld. Scramble in the circle. Landeros racing after it. He got upended, and it'll be pushed down the ice by Germany. This is not what Germany needed. They needed to get power plays, not to give up power plays late. But they'll still be happy, I think, with some aspects of their effort in this 5th place game. Marnini off the boards. Ramotti, Marnini. Italy back in the zone. Ramotti, Marnini following up. Sends it towards the net. Landeros comes back, tries a bank shot, didn't quite work. He'll get a hold of it again. He'll lift it, but not high enough. Too many German bodies in front. Just over a minute to play in this 5th place game. And Germany will have to pull off a magic trick. Herring just flips it towards the Italian net. And then he throws his weight around. It'll be taken away, but then returned to Herring. Ramotti Marnini banks it off the boards and out. Well, when you're the host nation of a Paralympic tournament, you want to finish as high up as you can. And podium position wasn't in the cards for Team Italy. Put them in the 5th place game. They're going to end the tournament with a winning record, 3 wins and 2 losses. They're going to end the tournament with an impressive 5-2 win for Team Italy in front of a friendly home crowd. And it's 5th place for Italy. 5-2 the final. They erupt for 3 goals in the 3rd period. And a 5-2 victory for the team in blue. And how about Gianluigi Rosa, the captain for Team Italy? He set up 2 goals. He scored 2 goals. His team wins 5-2. And the skipper had a whole lot to do with that. So did Nico Landeros. His goal early on in this period as well, his 2nd of the game, put Italy ahead for the first time, and they never looked back. Quite the full circle moment for the likes of Stilitano in his 5th Paralympic Winter Games. And he backstops the team to a 5-2 victory. Germany opened the scoring 9 minutes into the first. Bernhard Herring's goal, and it was 1-0 after 1. Germany got 1 in the second. Italy had 2. It was a 2-2 tie after 2 periods. Landeros and De Pauli, and again Herring. That was really an own goal by Italy. Could have been a nightmare for them, but they erased that with a 3-goal third. Landeros, Rosa, and Rosa. And coach Mirko Bianchi and his assistant Andrea Pasquia have got to be happy with the resilience of Team Italy in a 5-2 victory on home ice. Italy bounces back from the first 2 losses of the tournament against USA and China, and then wins three straight, beating Germany, Japan, and Germany again. And fifth place is there, and theirs for the home side. And in many ways, a victory for Team Germany as well. A team that had been absent from the Paralympic Games for 20 years. What a game for that man, Bernard Herring. 2 goals for him. He was on the ice most of the game. Well, it seemed like most of the game anyway for Team Germany. Huge performance for him. His team got an overtime victory to earn a spot in this game. And now both teams get to celebrate these moments. A few tears being shed. That happens. Some for victory, some for defeat, some just for the moment, realizing you have reached near the top of your sport, and you think of the work that you've put into it, the effort, the sweat, the injuries, and the cheers come from up top, and the cheers go from the ice back up top to the fans and to the families. Fifth place belongs to Italy. 3 straight wins to end the tournament. That is something to hang your hat on. Well, the German players, a few of them in their interviews this week talked about really trying to develop the program. They're hoping to get more funding. They're hoping to get better practice times. And they're hoping to continue to build their program. A 6th place finish at the Paralympic Games will help. Italy's 5th place finish hopefully will ignite a new breed of para-ice hockey players among the younger generation. To cheer about for Team Italy and Team Germany. .25-11 shots on goal. Huge discrepancy in Italy's favor. Simon Kunst was excellent in net for Germany in this game. He deserves a lot of credit for keeping his team right in the battle.
Milano Cortina 2026.